Well, a good day of trading my 20 PA accounts. I have 20 50K PA accounts, which are the funded accounts for Apex. So copy trading those across the board on Sierra chart. I'm just looking for base hits. Market was in a 30-point range almost the entire day, but was able to find a base hit and execute that for $3,500 across the board. Power of multiplying accounts is crazy. And yeah, we're going to go and dive into the trade recap from today's session. If you are interested in Apex accounts, you can use code TBM for the best discount always. Right now it's 80% off. And if you want to watch these live streams live, make sure you go subscribe and hang out at the main channel, Trades by Matt, every morning, Monday through Friday at 8:20 a.m. Central Time. Let's dive into the recap. Yo! Good morning. Welcome to Hump Day. It's Wednesday. It's Hump Day. Hope you are having a good day. Hopefully yesterday ended up being all right for you. We ended up having pretty decent movement yesterday. It just sucked while I was streaming. And that's just, you know, the way that it goes sometimes. I killed the stream and ended up having some good movement the rest of the morning. I didn't watch the afternoon, but at least through lunch, we had pretty decent movement. So maybe we'll see what happens today. I mean, I would not be shocked for it to be, again, the same script as the last 3 or 4 mornings of like quick little dump, push back up, go sideways in the stream, have good movement. News-wise on the session, we had GDP second quarter estimate, quarter over quarter second estimate, I guess. Came in a little under. Got crude oil inventories at 9:30, and then we got some Fed talking head Feds 11, 11:15, 11:45. Tomorrow we got significantly more stuff. 9 o'clock, 7:30 through 9 o'clock. A lot of stuff going on tomorrow, but today not a lot. We're ready to go. Let's look at the daily chart. The daily chart just really hasn't been providing that much to me. Has not really been providing that much interesting stuff recently, because it just looks like an absolute shite show. It does appear that we're going to be opening half a percentage point down potentially. Magical 20s, just below yesterday's initial balance low. We got VWAP up at 50. Yesterday's value area low at 70. As long as we're below yesterday's value area low, it kind of implies, you know, a little bit more downside pressure. I would not be shocked to see a little push to start the session up into VWAP maybe. It's what, 20 points higher? Overnight lows sitting at 890. Overnight highs sitting with yesterday's close. So pretty much, I guess, a straight down movement. But yeah, we got yesterday's value area high, settlement, overnight highs, all at 1820. So definitely a very interesting level there. And then other than that, we got value area low at 70, VWAP at 50, overnight lows at 890. Are we going up or down? We're going to do a little bit of both. That's the answer. We're going to do a little bit of both. We're going to go a little bit up and a little bit down for sure. All right, here comes hedge pressure and monthly hedge pressure. So a combo wombo at 05. It's scary to take in the first 5 minutes of the day for me. It's very scary to take, but it's giving a little bounce. Good for 10, at least 10 points, but scary to take this early in the day, unfortunately for me. Took it for 12. Nice. All right. Good for 20-point bounce now. Not bad. Good for a 30-point bounce. I just don't like taking trades in the first 5 minutes of the day. I very much dislike it, but risk was there. Take the 05 trade, give it 5 to 10 points. The problem is the overnight lows right there is a little sketchy for the potential sweep through, but you're willing to give it 5 or 10 points. Not terrible. Now almost a 40-point trade, $800 a contract off of that level. High level explanation. What is hedge pressure? It is a company called Rocket Scooter. There's other companies out there that do it too, by the way. And I believe you're technically able to do it yourself if you know how to code and can find the data. They analyze options data to find out dealer levels, basically. 05 being that level right now. They call it hedge pressure. That's like the highest level explanation I can give. Just a level of interest, as always. And they have like maps with how price reacts to these certain levels and where where the open happens and where the level is currently at can kind of map out potential price action on the day. The bummer is that a lot of times when it does trade often right around the open, which is kind of a bummer because I don't really like to trade the open, but it is nice to kind of have the mapping perspective. I like to wait the first 15 minutes just to kind of let everything get spooked out. So we've held the 80s pretty nicely. We made the magical 80 to the magical 20 rotation here. We got VWAP at 30. Initial balance gets set in 15 minutes. Technically a cheap trade down here, but like it was sketchy with Delta being very heavy. We ripped out of it pretty strongly, but it was technically a cheap long. Made the red to green rotation, value area low to value area high, 80s to 20s. See what happens. Tyler got a $24,000 payout this month from Apex. Thanks for inspiring me to trade futures. Yeah, that's badass. GG's, man. Congrats. All right. I'm watching for 20s again, potentially, but I want to see what Delta's doing. But potentially 20s with a stop at 24. I feel like as soon as I take that, though, it's going to pop VWAP, but it's potentially on the table given the fact that we haven't been ranging. There's 23. 23. There's VWAP. Heyo. Fooled you, market makers. Talking about a trade that I didn't even take. I am going to go ahead and take this, though. The rejection off VWAP I like. Make sure everything is in. Positions in. I like the test of 10s, middle of the range or so, as well as the untested wick. Off of the rejection of VWAP is kind of what I'm looking for. I will obviously kill it if I need to, sooner than that or later. If we push it all the way back up and super hard, I'll kill it for 10 points or whatever. But this is what I'm looking for, assuming we can get a little heavier. But as of right now, it is kind of trying to potentially grind, so we'll see. But I like the fake out on top of the range. Make sure all those orders are in. Yep. Excuse me. Break that prior low. It's having a hard time doing it. Go sweep 18. I'm gonna go take that off because that's point of control right there as well. Just moved up, so I'm gonna go take that off. I have point of control. Very low stress trade, a very slow trade. I mean, come on. There was 2 or 3 minutes where we're hanging out at plus or minus 2 points. It just shows how kind of dead and slow the market is right now. Let me make sure I got out of everything here. Yeah, no positions open and no orders open. Good. So that's 175 across 20 accounts. Couple thousand, I guess, right? On a fairly, yeah, 3,500 on a fairly like low effort, low stress trade. I mean, it's literally just we ran the wicks, we rejected VWAP. I get on the rejection of VWAP. We hung out for a couple of points, and then we finally came down for the wick, the untested wick, which is also the middle of the range, which we ended up bouncing off volume. I killed it off volume. Don't want to be a dick for a tick.